Pick up another you call in the parking lot in Tucson. Are you with me? When I stand with the roof gone, I pull up like Jimmy Neutron. Then you can get a move on, like you haul, and I know you need to go slow, but we could go faster. Maybe the best.
Hey, you guys, honey, I had to get my background together. We can't have, we done left the jail cell, we done left. We ain't got to go back to visit to the jailhouse till Saturday. We can't, visitation is not till Saturday. I might do it Friday night, but then again, we can't visit. We might have to have a late night visit for the jail, So, okay. Before we get into it, the girls are back, you guys. Yes, Real Housewives of Atlanta come on April 5th. Let me see if I can find it. We're going to do Real Housewives of Potomac and then Married to Manta Son because they are in Jamaica. Let me see if I can find so we could play the audio. Okay. Hold on. Atlanta girls are back. They are fighting. You have K. Michelle and Pinky Cole, who is Pinky Cole is over Slutty Vegan. That is her restaurant in Atlanta, Georgia. So if you are in Atlanta, y'all go check out Slutty Vegan, honey. It's always wrapped around the corner. All right, I'm going to play the audio for the trailer.
There lived a group of beautiful dolls who really tried to be good. Like, really tried.
I trust no lawyer that don't practice the law.
I don't trust no lawyer that eat dead people.
I eat dead people? But spilling tea is their favorite game.
She said that she was sleeping with a married man.
Oh, she want to spread her own tea? And when the tea is poured, that's when the dolls come alive. I should have bought your foreclosed house.
Okay, Mr. Clean, don't do it Papa's first.
This season on The Real Housewives of Atlanta.
We the richest bitch you ever seen in your body.
Tell me how expensive I am right now.
$180,000.
Atlanta is Black Hollywood. Andretta 2000.
Good God Almighty, it's eating me.
I didn't expect God
Hey,
to steal a
welcome
6'5"
back.
tall man with big arms and tattoos. This is my friend Sway.
I love these hands. It's giving Atlanta.
But you know, sometimes we play in the field too much and then we look up and we're like, what happened?
Please welcome Miss K. Michelle.
Now, honey, I played a little bit, but I have the full video on my community wall. I did share it. Well, you guys can go watch that lovely trailer. Child, it is popping, honey. I was eating my chips, my apple chips. I had to eat them because the tea is popping hot. This gonna be a good season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. I feel it in my bones. Everybody talks about it's Love and Hip Hop 2.0. No, it's not. We're really going back to the drawing board where we need to be because it hasn't been its best, but it's been great. But it hasn't been. It's been good or awesome. It's not been oh my God, tune in again. So I'm glad we're going back to the drawing board. I'm glad we did that. Now let's get into Real Housewives of Potomac, child. So Ashley got questioned about her and Sharice's husband and her doing a kiss with Jackson. And many fans felt like it was really inappropriate because Sharice spoke about it publicly. She said it made her feel uncomfortable. And so they asked if she have anything she want to say. And Ashley say in the moment she told Sharice she was ready to deal with it. She was upset. She would apologize for not telling her. But then she said nothing and laughed it off and then go press to her about it, which is weird because she said all that stuff. And she said, where was his energy when I told you to your face? And so Andy asks about all the other ladies. And the other ladies, Wendy said it was terrible and it wasn't right. And she see her with a child, no matter how old she is, she will always be that child to her. And Ashley asked, Andy asked Ashley, did he make the first move? She said, of course. She said, Sharice Storm kissed her. Now this the part that gonna make you say, what the hell? Hold on, let me finish this big old chip. Sharice said, she said, now listen, hold on. Sharice did call her a liar. Ashley did do a lot of lying. She said she wouldn't make the first move, but he did. Wendy asked that she went on Watch What Happens Live and she admitted to more. Ashley said she did, and she admitted to more with Sharice. And she said if it did, what she did was, if it didn't end at the kids, would you be okay with it? And Wendy asked Ashley, was there more? Ashley said no. But she went on Watch What Happened Live. She said it was more. So everybody asked her why she couldn't give Sharice. Angel asked her, why couldn't you give Sharice a heads up about her son before you turned into a storyline? And Ashley say also Sharice told her numerous times that she wanted her to date her son. And she said numerous times. And Andy say, oh, really? She said yes. And Giselle say Sharice called Ashley her daughter-in-law. And, Andy say her son had attraction to, Ashley, he's 27 years old. And, Stacy say it doesn't make it right because that's breaking mom code, which is true. And Ashley say her and, excuse me, y'all, that, Ashley say her and Sharice's son is 10 years apart. I couldn't do it. I don't give a damn. Hell no. But Andy say if Sharice has been saying, and Ashley say she has, that they would be great together. And Andy would say that she wants Ashley to be her daughter-in-law. He's like, that's a new piece of information. And they said that she said it, and she said it with Michael. When she was done with Michael, she said, now you can deal with Jackson. And she said it all the time. That's what Ashley said Sharice told her. So Kay got asked a question about, Wendy got a question asked about Kay, about her Wendy not showing up for her and didn't want to, and it seemed like she didn't want to be her friend. And Wendy say she felt like Kay intent with her was malicious, and Kay say that's not her intent. And Wendy say she felt like she talked like she was a speaker. She didn't wave to her because she was speaking. And it showed how Wendy would, Kay say she see her friend, she gonna wave. But if Wendy's speaking, she's in a speaking engagement. And Kay say, if I saw my friend in the crowd, I'd wave. And Wendy was like, you want me to stop speaking to acknowledge you? And Wendy said that she never once said to the women that the moment she got on stage speaking, she came up to Kay and gave her a hug. And Kay say no, she didn't. They going through a arguing battle about you know what I'm saying? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Somebody that when the episode had aired, Wendy said somebody had sent her proof. The people that was at the brunch literally came up to her and they sent a picture of Kay and Wendy hugging, and she say so mad that she didn't record because whoever the person was because it was all love between Wendy and Kay before the cameras came on. So that's why people were stuck, and it's a misunderstanding. So Kay pulled up the picture and showed the room, and there's a picture of Kay and Wendy hugging. And Andy gets the phone and he's looking at the picture. And there is a picture of them giving each other a hug. So basically, Kay say that, that's the room. So the room don't look like it match up to her photo. And he say small room, beautiful room. And Kay say we gave each other a hug. And Wendy said, "How come you tell the women that?" So Andy said, "We're not gonna do it," but they kept going. And Wendy said, "I don't know what you want from me." So he asked Kay to explain her issue with Stacy, and Kay said that her issue with Stacy was that Stacy act like she was so aggressive, and Stacy said she was, and she said it's no different than anyone that has done or said to her. And Stacy said, "No, you were really aggressive." And Kay said that Stacy was acting Black Karen, and Giselle was like, "Whoa." Giselle looking like, "What?" And Stacy say, "I'm sorry, I absolutely understand the connotations of the Black woman to call her aggressive." And she say not to perpetuate a stereotype, but it was Stacy, but she has a responsibility as a Black woman to act accordingly and to behave herself. So Giselle is sitting here like, what the hell? So, they showed a clip of Kay and Stacy going at it about something about her husband. She said, "You ain't got one." And Kay said that was a lie and she need to stop. And Andy say, "What about ordering cheese in front of a lactose intolerant person?" And Stacy get a burrata and she ordered the cheese. Andy brought that up. He said, "Well, you ordering cheese and she told you she lactose intolerant." And so Stacy say, "So now I tried to kill her with the cheese." And Kay say, "Yes, she did. And I told her it was allergic. And you brought me a piece of plate with no damn cheese." And so Wendy say, "Why you ain't chin check your friend when you say go chin check your friend?" And then Stacy called Angel and Kay madness and sadness. Hey. And Giselle sitting there like, "Whoa." Angel say, "We already talked about the chin check the Wendy." I'm like, wait a minute. In between Stacy and Kay, Wendy jumped in, pointing about Angel. Poor Andy. So Kay say, "Moving right along. What's next, Andy?" Andy say they're gonna take a break and Jazzy gonna join them. So Wendy talks about, because Kay say, "We gonna see what Karen got to say." She say, "Ooh, ooh, ooh." So Kay talks about, I'm like, what the? Poor Andy got to do this for 12 hours. Yeah, she did try a little too hard. And she need to dial it back. Because, child, this reunion was interesting. So they ride here. And here is the thing. I think Wendy and Kay are still friends. I believe Wendy and Kay are still cool. They just, child, they catty. They're catty friends. And so Kay say, "Don't do it. I see you." And then she say, "Didn't I tell you?" No, Wendy say, "Bring Jazzy," because she tired of them. So Jazzy come out with that long ass train. Because remember, she didn't get to wear the train at her wedding. So I hated Jazzy. Oh, Jazzy, you pissed me off. You ain't have to do the comb hair back, girl. You could have did a side part with a updo or something, girl. That comb hair with that dress just pissed me off. So Jazzy and Kay got into it, and somebody asked, "What did Kay said behind her back to Wendy?" And she said Kay had a lot to say. Yes, 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 yes. She has, and Karen had a lot to say about it. We're gonna talk about it, child, because Karen brought her 2 cents in, and I was like, "Oh!" And I just said, "Girl," I said that like Miss Jasmine Masters. "Oh!" Cause baby. But Jessie say Kay had a lot to say, and out of respect that she had a lot to say. And she said that she thought they had respect for where they were, and Kay was like, "Oh my God." And Jessie say, "Let me make a point." And Kay got some shade, honey. She say, "Baby, you got 15 minutes. Don't you waste it on me." Oh, wait, hold on. Clutch pearls. So Jassy said, "No, ma'am." And she said, "Kay, listen, you don't got to do all this." Kay said, "Wrap it up." Jassy say, "Let's talk about how you stole Greg from his wife." And Kay was like, "What?" Everybody was like, "Wait a minute." So Angel was like, "Hold on, girl. Wait a minute." Wendy sat back. Let me tell you something. Jay is trying to get her spot. She want to be on the show. I see it already happening. But I'm going to tell you who might not make it happen. Right. Let me dip into my chips. I don't think Karen gonna like Jassy that much. Karen the grand dame for real. Oh my God. I want to know why she's still a friend. She got knocked down to a friend. And I feel like now that she married, the show is Housewives, she trying to knock back up to her spot. I think Monique gonna take that. I'm sorry. So Giselle say, "What is happening?" So Giselle say, "Time out. Time out. It's going too much." When they talking about no, time in, time in. Can't say she ain't finna put in no energy into her. So Andy say, "We gonna move on." Jassy say, "My man gonna report, but already proposed. I've been with him for 3 years and we're married." I heard some shit about that too, but we gonna leave that alone. So they're going back and forth. Jassy saying Kay saying you weren't flight attendant. She say nice flight though. And then Jassy say, "Well, who?" She was like, Kay said it was nice for you to serve me. She said, "Oh, okay." Child. Jassy say, "Okay." They going at it. They going at it. They talking about the custom outfit, how it look alike. Kay stood up saying it's her body. Jassy was clapping. Andy said he want to move on. So they move on. Tia and Jassy get into a disagreement. Jassy came out full throttle swinging at everybody. So Andy asks about Tia, saying she wasn't gonna come. Tia, about something that she said about the restaurant owner, and the restaurant owner called her beautiful, and it was disrespectful to her relationship. And Kay say, "We clearly know it's sunshine and ain't no competition for Darius." And she talking about a man with 2 teeth and 2 dreads that called you beautiful. So Kay was like, "Girl, it ain't that serious. He got 2 teeth and like, girl, please, we seen your man, girl. You ain't gotta worry about 2 teeth and 2 dreads." So Jassy said she didn't think it was appropriate, and Tia didn't know her that well. And Tia say, "Would you like to listen to me first right now?" She said she did say that because when they got in the car, Jassy was upset with her, and she held her in her hands, and she said, held her hand. She said, "I'm so sorry. You don't know me that well. I'm not trying to disrespect your marriage." That was the end of the conversation. They said they were having dinner, and they had that full moment, and Jassy was embarrassing herself. I heard when they got married, I heard the baby mama said that she got no problem with Jazzy, but it's funny how they didn't have a conversation when she was around the kids. Sip some water. I say, "Oh, okay." But I feel like it's some insecurities too. I feel like it is. And so Tia said, "Is it anybody or piss poor behavior?" She's saying, "Why are you doing this?" And so she say her mouth is loud and she giving her a headache. And she said, yeah, we talked about it and you brought it back up. So Tia turned to Andy and say, as I said before, we were rudely, you know, rudely interrupted. She said her reaction was disproportionate and slightly unhinged, that she's been picking at her. And, you know, Jassy say she got a husband that make millions. Yeah, I say bring the baby mama that make millions and all this and that. And Jassy tried to knock down Tia husband, and she like he got millions. She say it's funny that you telling me by that, because by the way, he don't even play. Hold on. She say he don't even play. I didn't say it. Tia said it. And she said, let's be very clear. And Tia told Andy that she told her husband that Jassy husband don't have a job and he get 150,000. Child, 150K. So they going back and forth about do he play or not. He get paid 150K. Even he signed it, child. She say, go find your husband a job. So Andy say he gonna move on. And he asked Wendy about defending Jassy. Child, about the argument about Stacy not wanting to attend the wedding. So Stacy said, he asked it, Stacy only go to the wedding because Wendy, Ashley, went to the wedding. And they convinced her that it'll be bad optics, right? And she said no. She never said she was upset or questioned her about it, because she only had a problem and how hurt she was when it was in the final 15 minutes of filming, because she wanted to have a moment. So Jassy's sitting here looking like whatever, because she kind of did. Let me tell you something. She been knew about that. And I feel like Jazzy's working to get her spot back. She been knew about that. They had a conversation about it 3 to 5 seasons in. So I'm trying to understand what the hell the issue is. Like, girl, you could have been said that. So she said the friendship was fractured and Jassy was laughing. And she said BS. She said, in your lies is a form of art. So they having a conversation and about the recording phone call situation. And she called Stacy dumb. She say that Stacy using the small situation, minded situation that genuinely happened. And she said situation. So it came out that Stacy said that Jassy like to record phone calls to everybody she on the phone with, basically. And Stacy said that so I hope you all understand and watch what y'all say to her. Wendy say Jassy records them. Kay said she recorded them. Angel said that she recorded. Say Angel knows because Angel was on the phone with her and she was recording the conversation. So Jassy is upset, arguing. And she say she called people on speakerphone and had them pour their heart out and record it. So she called her a fraud. She called her a liar. And she said, and Jassy said everybody should focus on their own lives at this point. And Andy said, we're going to take a break. So they took a break. They came back. They brought in Monique, honey. Child. Monique came with the motherfucking receipts again. Oh, my God. So Monique got asked about was she coming at Angel marriage. She said she wasn't coming at her marriage. She was just coming at the things that she saw. And she wasn't coming to her husband. And Angel say things don't bother Bobby, but she thought that they had a good report because he didn't think that with all people that she was shining that type of light on him. And Giselle looking confused, but Giselle, you don't talk to Bobby. I don't know what you look confused for. The way you defended Jamal is what blows my mind. Because she don't like Bobby. She does. She look just relieved, honey. And she said she was speaking about NFL and type of guys they come in contact with and what she was picking up on, and Angel agreed. And Monique said she noticed that Bobby had an issue with her because she said hi, he ain't say nothing. And Angel saying he keeps it real. It's not out of being rude. And all the lady was like, yeah, that's being rude. And Monique say that is kind of rude because he could have just said what it was at the moment. And Andy say, I think he mad at me too. And Angel say he not mad at her. He started laughing. She say, I thought he was a little mad at me. She say, Bobby don't mess around. But Monique said her only intention was when they met at the private dinner and they had conversations because Monique packed all them clothes that Chris gave Bobby, and because she said she shipped the stuff to him at the time, and Monique said she started talking about the NFL, nod her head like she do right now, and Angel said she wanted to talk to her, get some advice. They have a lot of things in common. And then Monique said fast forward on a trip they're hosting, and look at her do it all. And she immediately felt like, like let him handle it. The humming and children shouldn't be a factor. And she said she was looking at her like she might need some help because she don't know what's going on at home. And she shouldn't be scared to ask for help and work herself, because Monique used to do the same thing. And, work herself to the point to where she aggressive with the group and upset at the time. And Andy say she did Angel as how she took it. Angel say she did take it kind of like that because of the projection, because she don't know her real enough how her marriage is. And her marriage is wonderful and Bobby is wonderful. And Tia said, listen, I'm going to say this, Bobby does everything right. I think she was looking out. I do. When the cameras are, I don't think he want their life like that on camera. Because when I saw that they got their house remodeled, he was happy. It was good. But I think he has a part. I don't think he got a part with Monique. I think production showed the ladies got a problem with him, which is Giselle and Ashley. And then I think he know how they play. Because I really believe they watched the show. I believe they watched this show. I really do. I believe they watched this show. And, Kay and Tia stood up and say, listen, they help. They do everything for him. And Angel say that people running with their narrative that she's facing trouble in her marriage. And that's just not the case. And Giselle and Wendy asked, and they said, what people? She say the people that's watching. She say not the people. She say the viewers. And so Andy said he want to move on. And then he asked Stacey about her being back with her husband. And the ladies couldn't help to gossip about it. And the alleged fling that she had with a familiar face. So somebody asked her, did she date Monique as husband? Because there's photos of them on a date together. And she admitted to Ashley on producer cameras, right? When she did say that, her ex-husband seen other people and she saw other people and it was Chris. And so that, Andy was like, what's the truth? Tell your truth. And she said the photos that she has seen are a table of 25 people and she was never on a date with him. That's not true. And Andy saying it seems like on that producer cam that you opted, you copped to it. And she saying she admitted it, that she saw him out. And she always admitted that she didn't have a one-on-one. So Ashley said, but she said it in the context of, seeing other people. And she saw, and Chris was one of her people. And Stacey said she didn't see him. That's not true. And that's not the context. And Monique said she is in communication with him. But obviously, whether they dated or not, it's never been her issue. She says Stacey is a beautiful girl. She enjoyed watching her this season. She hilarious as hell. She say, but it was the boundary that was probably crossed because of her sharing, because she says she hasn't been in the space to allow people to be, in the space. And just to have people say things that just they don't know about. And she says she felt like if something needed to come back to her, it would. And unfortunately, something did come back to her. So she said she wanted to show something to Andy. She said, I know y'all not going to air it, but I just want to let you watch here. Baby, she pulled that phone out, and there's something with Stacey and Chris. Oh, wait a minute. So who called who? Because they kept saying Big Titty Cookie, Miss Cookie with the big titties. was telling the business. That's what we heard. Now I told y'all it wasn't just Miss Big Titty Cookie. So we got into more of it. They concluded, and Wendy and Stacy have a little conversation of a confession. Wendy talked about the case and how it don't look good. Andy say it don't look good. Karen get introduced it to the chair, and baby, Karen's asked it the lady's been behaving. Child. Oh, and Karen say she loved that Wendy mama told her shut the F up this season. And Wendy just scowled at Karen like, really, bitch? Honey, I need a fan. I told y'all the parts were gonna get good. We got one more part. I knew it was 4 parts. I can't wait to see it either. Yeah, they do. They always step away. Well, one of the couples off of Love and Marriage, DC, she divorced her husband. 2 of them, yeah, child. A lot of them stepping away from these marriages. It's disheartening. So let's go to Married to Medicine. Oh Lord, this is a little fiasco. They heating up a little bit too. I told y'all they're gonna be bringing in the heat because their competitors is coming April 5th, which is Real Housewives of Atlanta. So they bringing the heat. Is getting better and better. So we had Toya big old built house mansion, house on the hill, and she tell Eugene that Simone and Cecil, want to ask them to host a couple trip this year. So, that Simone and Cecil not in the best space. She say, Simone say she's seen Eugene and Toya grow and do better this season. And she asked Toya to step in and take over the couple's trip. And she say, okay, cool. So Eugene say, oh, we doing a trip. She say, yes, we is. So Simone tells the girl, she told Quad, Mimi, Contessa, and Angel. And Dr. Mimi asks, do you think that Toya is a safe person, a safe friend to do this? And they're having dinner. And she say, do you consider Toya a safe friend? And Simone say she does. And Dr. Mimi say her interactions with Toya has been off. And Dr. Simone say, I see her as a safe space. Now, yeah, Heavenly is a man. This is their second time hosting. Dr. Heavenly one, they said she'll never host again. That was a disaster. So this is Toya and Eugene's second time. And Dr. Mimi saying if she's hosting a couple trip, she perhaps need to be the glue of the group. And so Dr. Mimi say, so you're saying you're passing baton on this cover trip. It makes her a little concerned about the time they're going to have. And Dr. Mimi say it's given a no. And Angel say it feel like it's a level of respect and boundaries that Toya don't have when it comes to levels of respect and boundaries, because she overstepped her boundary with Angel. What she did, because she act like Angel was going to get married tomorrow. And Angel say she don't want no crazy negative energy. So Dr. Simone was like, listen, I'll just step up. We're going to have some conversations. And Contessa say invite everybody that's included. So Toya says she don't know what they're going to do talking to Eugene, but the people that are single in the friend group. And she said as much as she think it's silly for, someone that's single to come on a couple's trip. I mean, it's production, Toya. I don't know what the hell you surprised for. You know how this shit was when you signed that damn contract. Okay. She say she think it's silly for them to come by themselves because it makes hard for the couples to have then baby and cater to them. And she's not going to fight that fight. And so Toya say she absolutely learned her lesson, that she's not indulging in any conversations about Angel in her dating life. And Eugene say, no, let her come because she might learn some lessons that might be great for her when she get in a relationship, which I agree. He said, it's okay, let her come. And so Toya said she could come with a snowman She won't get it out of her, not on this couple trip. So Toya say, ask Eugene, are you saying you okay with doing it? And Eugene said he thinking through it. And then Toya say she was looking through some places. She put in Chat GPT, and Eugene started hollering laughing. And it recommended Jamaica. He said that'll be cute. We can do a couple trip. He said I'm off for 17 days. Toya say she want to turn up. Toya, I hope you listen to me. Whatever event you have, it don't got to be on camera. I will come back to Atlanta. But if you're going to have some Patron, I will be a Patron friend so I can stand in front of you because I'm tall enough to guard you. We can't have a repeat of this shit no more, okay? So then we go to the couples trip. Everybody fly out, they pack, they get ready. From my understanding, Brandy is going to be there for 3 days. Her husband's going to come the last day of her 3 days, and they're going to fly back together. So everybody show up to this nice villa they have. They got flags. They had 2 sprinters, and Jamaica had the flags waving for them. Oh, they had Secret St. James in Montego Bay. Ooh, that is such a nice hotel. If y'all ever go, I got 3 hotels that are very good because I went to Jamaica twice and I went to Montego Bay the first. But I went to Montego Bay after, so I spent a week. I did 3 days in one part of Jamaica, and then I went to the rest of Montego Bay. But yes, y'all, it's a nice hotel. And, they greet the hotel people and everything, everybody that works at the hotel, child, and everybody there, they talking and, King say you can tell Jamaica for a mile away. It's the energy, that spirit that they need. And Quad say, and she say, no, Quad said, little puff pass. He say, I ain't gonna tell you about no puff pass. He say, you only smoke in, puff pass in Jamaica. She said, I don't do that in Jamaica. He looking at her like, yeah, okay. He say, all right. And she looking like, what? Quad, if you do, you like me. Hell no, it's legal. Hell yeah, I would do it over here. I don't blame you, girl. So they get into the golf court. It's a nice big villa. One of the villas that they're at, I think some people do go there, or they go to it's another one that start with an I, or RHOP place, or they go to that one because they have cruises and that's where they stay for the duration, and you have activities and all that stuff. It's very nice. So they go and they take the golf cart to their room. So Toya sit up front. It's very nice. You got the ocean, the pool, and then they have certain names for the villa. So you got Wild Orchid section and stuff. And then King tells, Quar, they both said it together. What happened in Jamaica, stay in Jamaica, honey. So Dr. Heavenly and her husband say they're going to be wild. So everybody got their drinks. And then Toya say before they get their room picked, they did pick together a little something to start the vacation out, right. And Eugene said they going to start the tone. They're going to do a pledge of friendship, like the Pledge of Allegiance. Everybody looking like, what? So like, this is not a good idea. This don't work. I don't care what you got on the paper. And they read the pledge that they're going on a special trip. They pledge to foster a special way of kindness, respect, and camaraderie. Heavily say, oh Lord Jesus, Father God. Take a chip. Who? Eugene and Toya, y'all don't know who y'all Toya, you know that. Follow your husband lead. The husbands know it's a bad idea. The husbands don't want no itch. They off. They want to get drunk with their wives. Screw half of the nights that they there. And have fun. They don't want all that shit going on. They don't want all that mess going on. They want to puff pass and enjoy themselves. So Dr. Heavily say Toya is the petty person there, so how dare she? So Quad say, come on, Eugene. So Quad say, you take over the chip and throw shade all the way around. She said, I don't know what Toya thinking. Child, Toya tried to shade folks, child. So then we go to the room. So Dr. Jackie and Dr. Heavenly have a talk. Dr. Heavenly comes to Dr. Jackie's room. You know, she knocked on the door. And, you know, Dr. Heavenly saying her man, you know, she want to check on her because her man ain't there yet and he's stuck. And he's stuck in Canada. I hate layover flights. I hate them. When I picked I didn't give a damn how much it cost. You're not finna take me. I was in Atlanta. They wanted to take me to New York City, sit there for an hour, 2 hours, depends, because a layover can always go left, and fly down to Jamaica. You have lost your mind. For what? I need a direct flight. I'm right. Honey, if I were to draw to Florida, I'll be right halfway there. Hello? From Florida to Jamaica is 30 minutes. Like, it's an hour and a half going on 2, depends. Delta made sure we got downtime. So she was show that Jackie was on the phone. Dr. Jackie was on the phone with her husband. He said he missed her, you know. And she say, you miss me? She say, oh my goodness. He say, do you miss me? She say, oh my goodness. Everybody miss you too because they keep asking about you. Dr. Heavenly was laughing, said, that's all right. And Dr. Jackie say she need to talk to Heavenly. She say, I hope it's Dr. Heavenly say, I hope it's nothing serious. It's always something serious. So Dr. Jackie said about the Met Gala. So Heavenly started busting out laughing. You know, her laugh. Why she laugh like that? So Heavenly say, Jackie, please don't talk to me about no Met Gala. She say, I do anything you want me to. She say, I do the PR. Y'all disrespected me. And she asks, you know, like she say Toya is so disrespectful, and Jackie calling Heavenly, they calling each other name because she say who made that chair, and she said Jackie say that that they all made that. They all made the decision of who partake into the, you know, who made this decision. She said we did. Heavenly say we didn't, and you know that was a decision they made last year. Dr. Jackie said we all said last year we were gonna make the decision about the Met Gala because they wanted Toya to do it because they want her to understand about the Met Gala. And she said, Jackie said, you know, Heavenly, your name is on it. And she said, my name ain't on it. You the one that founded it. So Dr. Jackie say this is her baby. They don't have the time for all that stuff for the Met Gala. You know, they need to go where they need to go for the pivot for the Met Gala because this has to happen. That is her baby. She want everybody involved. That's what it is. So Dr. Heavenly asked her what she need her to do. So Jackie say we need to rally everybody together. Quad, Simone, Heavenly, Jackie, to everybody. Everybody gonna pull it off together. And so they asked how many tickets were sold, and they say they sold 8 to probably. And you know, Heavenly say she must be joking because Toya is a party planner. Okay, tea time. That's it. And so you know they starting to get dressed for bed or whatever. She said, go ahead and get dressed and get dressed for bed. So I guess they got something going on. So then Dr. Heavenly tried to take Dr. Jackie liquor that she got. And she said, you got to go. So Toya and Dr. Heavenly get in an argument. So they on the bus on the Sprinter, and they're going to, I think it's that same day or the next day, they're going to go see, you know, kids and stuff like that in Jamaica and people, and let them know that they can be successful because in Jamaica, you really don't see too many. They have like small hospitals and stuff. Like, okay, let me say this before I start. In Jamaica, what they do is when you are in school, they ask you what you want to be. You start right then. So they have different things to train you into that your whole time in school. And you start to learn around a certain grade. I remember talking to a woman who was, you know, she worked at the store. Like, if anything you want to do, you know. And she said that they do help them with that. So they are talking to the kids that want to be doctors, that want to be nurses and stuff like that. So they on the Sprinter. And Toya said they got 2 sprinters, 2 buses. And Toya said she told Angel and Brandy that while they're here single, they're going to rotate amongst couples. And at the end of the day, they're going to say what they learned and what they can do better. And Dr. Heavenly say, no, how the F you going to tell me? That's like telling me, that's like a person telling me how to get some money. So Brandy said, excuse me, what's going on with your marriage? Is it that great? And Brandy said, maybe you need to be listening to some of them broke bees. She talking about, girl, bye. And so Toya say, Heavenly, can you please participate? Now, a lot of people in the comments was like, Brandy, girl, nobody call you broke, but okay. She was basically saying, like, why would she learn about anybody else's marriage? But okay. And she say, participate. She say, I participate in the Med Gala. That's what we going to do. And Dr. Jackie say, come on now. So, you know, Toya saying she was thinking about where can Brandy and Angel fit that, you know, go towards the Met Gala. And, you know, Dr. Jackie said they make a lot of money, girl. They ready. And Brandy said she want to discuss because she want to know what to do. She learned know zero about it. So she said she has 2 different. So Dr. Jackie said they have 2 different definitions of Met Gala. So this year, they felt like Toya would make a good chairman. All right, my bad, y'all. So they thought that they wanted Toya to be the chairman, and Dr. Heavenly said she didn't. Nobody thought that they wanted to teach her a lesson. And Toya said she didn't need to be taught a lesson because she could play in parties well. And you know, Dr. Heavenly said this is not a party; it's a bit different. So Heavenly said the first 2 years, Toya was so difficult that she didn't pay nothing the first 2 years. And Toya say, you know, the first year in 2023, she say, I ain't got to. I gave cases of wine. And Dr. Eugene say, where did wine come from? People drunk that wine. And Dr. Heavenly said they drunk it because it was there. They didn't want to drink that. And Dr. Heavenly say they wanted to teach Toya a lesson to understand how hard it is to put an event together, because especially how difficult she was. So she say they were at the mission, and Dr. Heavenly said that she need to apologize. And Eugene say they not apologizing. She say no, because Toya say, listen, we at the mission, like we not gonna do this. And she say, I don't want that energy coming around, this energy of this energy coming around people and their kids to be foul. And so she told Heavenly to get herself together. And she say, let's leave it here on the bus. And let's leave it on the bus. And Dr. Damon say, listen, he had to tell, he's like, listen, I don't want no arguing this trip. And I don't blame him. I'll be like, why Dr. Damon say that? But no, he's right, because he had to intervene for his wife. She going too far. And he's agreeing with Toya, saying, we don't want none of this on this trip. We want to have us a good time. That's what we came here for. Not arguing about no Met Gala. Not arguing about who should have did what. We came here to do a mission with the kids and their families and enjoy our trip. So, you know, Dr. Heavenly say, your man is speaking God. Say her man is speaking goddamn. And Toya say he's speaking over talking to people that was speaking. So Dr. Simone say, shut the F up about the Met Gala. We in Jamaica. And Toya say he, you know, disrespect her. He get 0. And she say, your man was talking while I was talking, because Dr. Heavenly say he ain't disrespecting her. You know, like, my man ain't disrespecting you. You know, Damon say, listen, I just don't want no argument from nobody. I just want us to have a good time. And everybody looking like they can hit him on the bus. And so Dr. Heavenly told Toya to sit down, and Eugene said he think it's petty and juvenile and not politician-like. And then, you know, Dr. Jackie had to tell Heavenly to be quiet. And Eugene said Damon can't even talk without her talking. And then Toya say, I'm sorry, Damon. He said, so before we go, let's say a prayer. So they all said a prayer for it to go good. And they said they pray. So they go and walk in with their stuff. They meet with the lady, and they introduce themselves. They give her back to the community. And her name, Dr. Danetta Green, she is Key's cousin. Oh, that is his cousin. I follow her. She do a lot of missions. Um, she say they want to get back to the community and that everybody get everything they need to get back to school. And then on the other side, they had the feminine products and the hygiene products. People in poverty in Jamaica, they need stuff like that. And Dr. Contessa say we take for granted our feminine hygiene products and stuff. And so she went and gonna get the kids, Dr. Danetta, and they right now Jamaica don't have access to those essentials because, as we know, I think they filmed this before the hurricane. They didn't. It's worse now because of the hurricane, but they kind of didn't have access to some stuff that's needed. Especially a part in Jamaica, certain parts in Jamaica and in Kingston, you have some low poverty parts, and you have some that are people that have the money, and people that work for the people that have the money. They're able to do stuff like that. So Dr. Danetta went and got Dr. Green, got the kids, brought them in. They were clapping and everything. They invited the moms, and then the other part of it, you got Quad. Showed up with King and Angel and who else? I think that's it, because I don't think Dr. Mimi went. So they met everybody. They said, hey, Toya thought they were going to bust behind them. And she said she didn't want to leave. And she said, no, that's fine. She said to Quad, say she not the only girl that's been late in the world by curling her hair. And Toya said, I mean, seriously, we couldn't be on the time. But let's be for real. Toya, half the time you weren't on time the last couple of trips either. So Quad gave Dr. Green, King cousin, a hug. And, she flew down to Jamaica. Oh, Dr. Mimi and Steve showed up. And so they came to help out. And they went through flight cancellation, overnight stays in the airports, but they there. And they say they're ready to turn up. So Dr. Heavenly talking to the 11-year-old, they having a conversation. They talking to the kids, helping them pick out some stuff, needed for the sister and stuff. And, Toya asks Dr. Heavenly is okay if they give those kind of toothbrushes that they have for the kids. She said, as long as they're brushing, they're fine. They're not brushing too hard, they're good. So Dr. Eugene asked anybody could hear their voice and say, hey. And, he having a good time with the kids. And so he having a conversation how he was happy. They were happy to see the kids. He introduced himself, and they start talking about being doctors and asking questions about their job and what to do. And, Dr. Scott told the kids, gave them some good, things to say every morning. They get up in the mirror, say they're great kids, they smart and they black, and they start clapping. Dr. Contessa say a lot of people haven't never seen a doctor that looked like them. They went from screaming in the car to motivating kids. Scott ate that up. He said from screaming in the car, now we motivating the kids. That was funny. So it was funny though. They said they've been all over the place. So Angel had some things for the kids to repeat and talked about, they can be anything they want to be. Dr. Jackie asked the kids to say girl power and, ask about questions that they want to ask privately. They can go to the brat with the answer. Dr. Heavenly saying she a dentist. So everybody introduced themselves. They had fun. Mimi husband was a football player, so he talked about that. So it went out good, y'all. So then they went out there. They had activities with the kids. They threw football with the boys. They were sitting down having a good time. They saying things that they didn't see growing up. And, Dr. Eugene said the only person he remembered growing up, his doctor was black. That's the only person he remembered. And Dr. Damon was saying, if you meant to do something, just keep going in place. He's saying heavily doing political stuff. He's not, Dr. Damon saying he's not interested in heavily doing it. He not. He say, but he felt like she led to do it, and he gonna want her to keep doing and support her. And, Dr. Damon saying he don't want her to do it because he want her around him. They empty nesters. Your little mama grown. Everybody grown. They enjoying themselves without the kid. He don't like it. Because he know what it tells. He don't like it. So he knew she was serious. That's what she wanted to do. He support his wife. He said sometimes things happen because it's meant to happen. And he said, it sort of came. He was like, you know what, I'm going to support you. And then King saying, that's true partnership. When you don't support your partner, when it regards to fertility, he's saying that he, that's what he wanted. He going to ride with us a quad sitting there ear hustling, y'all. And he say, King say the IVF, it was pretty intense, the highs and lows, the uncertainty. And, he say, and Dr. Damon say, is it really worth the sacrifice about the stuff with their wives and kind of where it need to be reciprocated? Will it be reciprocated? And he said that the IVF took a total relationship. He say it's not a healthy journey for the both of them right now. And King talked to Dr. Damon before he met heavily, and he prayed that if he's not supposed to do it, show him, until he showed. He sat there for 3 hours. He kept sitting there and nothing happened. And that's how he knew that it was for him and heavenly, And Dr. Eugene came in and said, speaking of partnerships, he said, I told King, he said, I'm very glad that you and Quad are helping put this on. And they said they couldn't do it without them. Because if it wasn't like, nah, F that. And King was like, he wasn't going to leave nobody hanging. So Toya called for Steve, Mimi, Contessa, and everybody. And she said she wanted to thank everybody. They did a good job. They always do, the last 12 years. They just been impressed. And they, she loved everybody. And they got dinner. And, it's going to be really nice. Child, the dinner. Child, that's all I'm going to say. She say, whatever make you feel, put on whatever make you feel beautiful. So we seeing clips of everybody's thoughts and arguments. So Toy and Dr. Heavenly, Quad and Dr. Heavenly go at it. Child, Toy and Angel go at it. Child. So another person is joining the trip, and then Dr. Eugene and Damon have a conversation, and they tried to weaponize the Bible against King, and King said, we ain't gonna weaponize the Bible against me right now. And so everybody would say, clean up your mess. And then Eugene and Damon get into it. Toy and Quark Heavenly get into it. Dr. Simone is looking like, what the hell? This trip finna be a shit show. Are y'all ready for it? It's gonna be a mess. All right, y'all. That's all I have. I'm surprised we got that done in an hour. Oh, no, it's not. That's not all I got. I gotta show y'all some tea. Let's talk about. Yeah, let's get to it. Yeah. Instagram. Child. I told y'all these seasons are gonna hit up. Oh my God. Okay, y'all. I got some sad news. Oh, Lord Jesus. Prayers for Mary. Her only child has passed away Monday. Mary Cosby's son died a possible overdose, and it turned into an investigation. So Mary has lost her 23-year-old son who was fighting with substance abuse Monday. So we want to send our prayers to Mary. Poor Mary. Oh, that was her only child too, y'all. She made a statement. She said, thank you for all the prayers. That was 2 weeks ago. She hasn't said anything yet. So she lost her son. Her son passed away Monday. That's so sad, y'all. So, yeah. All right. Now, we talked about, we sent our prayers to Mary. She got a lot going on. We talked about Real Housewives. Let's get into a little uplifting stuff. So this the photo. These are their outfits. Portia ate. Portia put her black on, Cynthia look good. Oh, Cynthia. Is Cynthia still gonna be a friend this year? That's my question. Yeah, she's still gonna be a friend of the show. Okay. I think she need her spot back, but whatever. Okay, Phaedra. All right, girl. Okay, Drew. Now, after that Lion King comment, we finna get into. Okay. A lot of people like, Shamia, what you got on? I think it's cute. Kelly. Angela. Okay, Kay Michelle. Okay, Pinky. I like it. Now let's get into the tea. So, we got some statements. So Kay came out with a statement. The allegations from tonight's episode crossed the line and warrants a response. For clarity, I met Greg during the CIAA weekend in 2022. His divorce had already been finalized. The timeline is factual. And variable. There was no overlap. We take the protection of our family seriously. False claims that impact our family, especially where children are concerned, are unacceptable, have consequences. Reality TV, television invites commentary. It does not justify misinformation or fabricated narratives. Repeating claims does not make it true. Facts do not change the fit a storyline. I will not engage in performative conflict. I will address misinformation directly. I am not a bench you can ride. Oh, the record is clear. They were like, girl, you put a picture frame and leave us alone. Somebody said I will never address this again. So Angel was talking about her situation. She said, my mama in heaven brought my husband to me. He loved the grief of my mama's passing away. He's an incredible father. So he loved her enough for her to grieve. He was there for her. He came in at a difficult time for her. He's supportive, attentive, loving. He's my partner with creative and adventure, and he spoils me. He also incredible and honest and kind, and however he treats someone is absolutely what they deserve. I do not play about him, nor do he play about me. Ooh, that was a little shade. Now, everyone should worry about their situation because mine is golden, honey. So everybody saying she needed to defend her husband, honey. Now, Kay Michelle, let me see if we can find it. And Drew Sidora went at it, child. Hold on. They went at it, y'all. In the comments. Stop playing in the comments, okay? So we all saw that they was about to get into a confrontation. If you go watch what I had. So how this all started, we heard that they were getting into a fight. Okay. So Kay Michelle and Drew Sidora, so it said that Dassie, I would never fight someone whose edges and eyebrows are in a fight daily. Leave me out of it. She said, stop lying on me. I haven't swung on and had any physical altercation with anyone in years. I have a whole career, and a lot I'm working towards. I'm a grown woman. It is not cute or cool. Leave me alone. Ooh. So here's the tea. So they were going back and forth in the comments. Okay, prior to the Bravo Shade Room. So Kay Michelle said, I'm going to read it from the bottom to the top, okay? Because this is separate. Girl, thank you. You are Lion King roar. Drew said, if I'm the Lion King, you just a yodeling hoot. Making noise for attention, no power, no truth. Kay Michelle say, yes, Drew, spell check and all. You're almost there, little lady. But why would I get attention from you when you barely made the cut? I had to save you, right? laughing, smiling. Tell the people why you were just narrating. No worries. I got you every time, beautiful. I never get any things that I deserve. Oh, sighed, stressed out. Drew barely made the cut. I'm season 5. I'm 5 seasons in. You thought I was an easy target, but you got the right one. See you April 5th at 8 p.m. Eastern Pacific Time on Bravo TV. Hakuna Matata. Ciao. They is going to go edit, child. So Portia, Portia did. Drew say she mended her stuff with Portia. But child, they was in the neighborhood talk, child, arguing, honey. They were going edit, child. I said, girl. Child, I can't wait. Drew and K Michelle gonna be a man. Y'all know K Michelle don't let shit go. Drew gonna carry that shit on. I'm excited, child. I'm excited for it. I want to thank you guys for watching. We really, really send our prayers to Mary, man. And that was her only child, y'all. Just send her love and prayers. I want to thank you guys for watching. I will be back. We're going to talk about Brene, Tim, and Devin made some shocking allegations tonight. So I see you guys at 7:30. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, share, subscribe. 4:30. 7:30. Damn, that's late. 4:40. 4:30. Wait, hold on. Stop. Let me make sure. 4:45. Be here at 4:45. We finna talk about this case, child. How Brene trying not to pay that money and she gonna have to pay, honey. And let me shut up. Anyway, she paid for that man. Oh, and then we got the document that Tim is a dependent. Child, I see y'all later. Thank y'all for it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I see you next one. Bye, y'all. Ooh.